the session.
Yep.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So welcoming you again to our session, which is happening today, the FB Live series. So we're aiming at the faculty IT. And now we have Joymini Seal from University of Sydney. So she is the Senior Recruitment Assistant for South Asia, Middle East, and Africa. So over to you, Joymini.
Thanks so much, Charani. Hi, everyone, once again, and thanks for joining. As Charani mentioned, my name is Jimini, and I work at the University of Sydney, and I look after the regions of South Asia, Middle East, and Africa for all student engagement purposes. Now, so talking a little bit about the University of Sydney, we are Australia's oldest and first university to be established. We are, of course, as the name suggests, located in Sydney, New South Wales. We were founded in the year 1850. And if you look at our campus, a little bit of which you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, looks very similar to that of Oxford and Cambridge universities because we were modeled on the exact same architecture. Currently, we are ranked 41st according to the QS World University Rankings. And we are ranked first in Australia and fourth in the world for graduate employability, which is a very significant ranking and something that every student must see and remember. And of course, we are also distinguished among the group of 8 University Alliances of Australia, which composes of all of the major 8 universities which are based on research and graduate employability in Australia. At the university, we have more than 400 areas of study or units on offer. So although you're studying an IT degree, you can also study, let's say, finance or music, if you like, or sociology, if you like, or economics, if you like. So those types of choices are also available. Of course, we have multiple scholarships on offer, and we offer degrees across undergraduate, postgraduate, and research. Moving on to the next. So let's talk a little bit about the Faculty of Engineering. So the Faculty of Engineering, of course, being the oldest university of Australia, all of our faculties are almost also among the oldest faculties of Australia. In fact, our Faculty of Engineering was founded in 1920. Currently, we have over 6,500 students studying undergraduate, that is bachelor's degree on campus, 3,790 postgraduate students, that is master's degree students on campus, 900 PhD students. 50% of the total student cohort are international students. And we are also supported with a big wide range of staffs, that is almost 500 plus staffs in both the academic and the professional aspects to help the faculty run smoothly. A few of our notable alumni includes John Bradfield. If you Google up about him, he is the designer of the iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge. So that itself kind of boasts about the credibility and the kind of the quality of education at the Faculty of Engineering in USyd. Needless to say, of course, all of our engineering degrees and IT degrees are recognized worldwide by different recognizing bodies and accrediting bodies. Few of our degrees are recognized by the Seoul Accord, while the others are recognized by the Washington Accord, which are the 2 major recognizing bodies for engineering degrees globally. All of our IT degrees and computer science degrees are recognized by the ACS, or the Australian Computer Society, and all of our degrees are accredited by Engineers Australia. I would definitely encourage you to go on to Google or also on our website and search individually about what these accreditation means, what these recognition mean to you, and how would these impact what you're studying and with all of your future goals and aspirations. Now, let's come to a little bit about why choose to study IT in USyd. So first, as a part of all of our degrees, you have access to specializations which are listed above. So algorithms and theory, software engineering, human-computer interactions, data science, AI, cybersecurity. The list goes on and on. So these are the few of the specializations that you can choose. Apart from that, we teach emerging technologies. So all of our course content and the degree content are more focused on future advancements. And we have continuously done research and we will continue doing research for further technological advancements into the future. One of the main reasons why our university is ranked so highly across all ranking spaces is because of the breakthrough research that keeps on happening at the university. And the best part is that these professors or the researchers who are conducting research on breakthrough projects are the ones who will come to teach you. So, what you would study is more about what's going to happen than focusing on textbooks which were written 100 years ago. Of course, the basics are important, but to understand what you're getting into in the future is as much important, right? So now the breadth of training. So we of course have targeted areas which are available based on your specializations which you choose, and that includes a mixture of both theoretical and practical knowledge and training. And these are complemented by non-technical trainings as well, such as volunteering experience or attending engineering conferences or seminars. In all fields of management, policy development, technical development in fields, right? So that's one side of it. Industry networks is something which is very, very important for students to look at. So by studying at UCID, what you also have access to is the connection to industry, which happens from the very first day till you become an alumni, which is pretty much lifelong. And all of these collaborations and connections are built through academic research and collaboration, your capstone projects, which I will talk about a little bit more in the next slides. And these help you build the network and the connections through which you can land your first job or excel and advance in your career. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about our rankings. So as I said, we are ranked first in Australia and fourth in the world for graduate employability, according to QS rankings. 4 of our engineering and computer science subjects are actually ranked also in the world's top 50, which is again an astounding ranking, which shows the quality of education that you have access to at UCID. 10,000 plus students are currently studying in the Faculty of Engineering, with 36% of the students being females, which also shows our strong support for women in STEM. As I already mentioned earlier, 500 plus academic and personal staff within the faculty to help you run your student experience smoothly. Top excellence in research for Australia rating for both engineering and information science and information and computer sciences degrees. Double the number of undergraduate female students according to the national average. So we teach the maximum number of women in undergraduate space in the technology, IT, and computer science space at our university. The industry contacts, which I spoke about a little bit in my earlier slide, was this. So we have 1,200 plus industry contacts, and that includes a range of companies from MNCs, the big 4 names that you know about, tech giants like Facebook, Google, through to startups, manufacturing companies, engineering companies. Every one of those 1,200 are our industry contacts, which means you will have access to their company and their structures while you're studying, and of course, when you graduate. Till date, the Faculty of Engineering have produced 30,000 plus alumni, and they're all working across the globe and making a mark in their fields. Now, let's talk about the degrees on offer at UCID, right? So in the undergraduate space, we have the Bachelor of Advanced Computing. It's a 4 years degree. And then we have the Bachelor of Advanced Computing and Bachelor of Science, which is a dual degree. Hence, it's a 5 years As a part of both of these degrees, you're able to choose IT or CS or cybersecurity, data science as your specialization. Bachelor of Design in Interaction Design. It may sound a little off track because Bachelor of Design is not something that you can imagine when you're talking about IT. But IT is such a versatile field. Its implications, its applications can be applied in all fields, especially in built environment, in sustainability, in architecture, all of which requires software and intelligent systems to operate. Then we have the Bachelor of Engineering with flexible first year. So what this means is you will be studying the first year. You can study, units from mechanical, electrical, IT, everything. And then you decide from the second year where you want to do your specialization in and what you want to choose your field as. So as a part of this, you can choose software as your specialization. So Bachelor of Engineering in Software Engineering, and as a part of that as well, you can study IT. Then we have the Bachelor of Science, which is a 3 years degree. And as a part of this degree, you can major in computer science or data science. And as a part of the computer science units, you will be studying all of the IT units. Coming up to the postgraduate degrees, which are more structured and more narrowed and specialized in their structures, we have the Master of IT and Master of IT Management. It is a dual degree, but it is only on offer till July this year, that is semester 2, 2023. It is a 2 years degree, but from February next year, we will not be offering this degree anymore. So this July will be the last intake for this degree. From February 2024, we are introducing a brand new degree, which is the Master of Computer Science. That again is a 2 years degree, and you can choose to do your majors or your specialization in IT, intelligent systems, IT management, and all of the above listed. These two are particularly very popular among the international students because when you study a 2 years degree, you get to apply for a post-study work visa to remain and work in the country of Australia for a further few years. But for the rest of the degrees that we offer in the postgraduate space, those are all 1.5 years degree. What that means is you can definitely study in one of the top class universities of the world, but you unfortunately wouldn't be able to apply for a post-study work right after you're done with this degree. Now, moving on, what sets us apart really is our graduate employability rankings, as I already spoke about earlier. And what that means is we do offer a lot of tailor-made internship, industry placements, and globally recognized, work integrated learning models. One of them is the Professional Engagement Program or the PEP program, which is offered by the Faculty of Engineering. And it is embedded within all of our undergraduate degrees, which are accredited, as I said earlier, by Engineers Australia. So as a part of this program, when you take admission into an UG degree at UCID in the engineering space, you are required to complete a certain few hours where you have to work as an engineer in a real engineering setting by in one of these partner companies that I told you about, and you will be guided by a team of engineers. So even before you graduate, you have the job exposure or how it feels like to work as an engineer in a real world environment. There are various ways that these hours are calculated towards the PEP program. One of the ways is the Jacaranda Flame Consulting, which is another industry placement program that we have. So as a part of this program, of course, you can gain exposure to a professional work environment with expert and academic help by working in a real world project. So what that means is we will place you in one of our companies whom we are partnered with, and you will be asked to complete a specific project based on your interests. And whatever hour you spend towards the Jacaranda Flame Consulting will also be counted towards the PEP program or the Professional Engagement Program. So this is just two examples, but there are two examples, but there are plenty such opportunities which you will have exposure to throughout the 3 or 4 years of your degrees when you're studying at UCID, especially with the Faculty of Engineering. All of these professional and academic engagement and exposures will count towards the PEP program and will also help you understand what a career in engineering in your specific field looks like. Now, coming to the most frequently asked questions, what kind of scholarships and awards do we have? Well, we do have a few, very highly valued. But before I go deeper into the details of these scholarships, let me clarify that admission and scholarships at the University of Sydney are solely and completely based on academic merit only. We do not look at internships or any SOPs separately or sports and any sport representation that you have done, nothing. To be fair to all, we only look at academic merit. So the first one which we have is the Vice Chancellor's International Scholarship. Here, the maximum value is $40,000. There is no separate application required. You will automatically be assessed for this scholarship once you get your unconditional offer letter. The outcome is announced in 3 rounds for each intake. So for semester 1, we have 3 rounds. Semester 2, we have 3 rounds. Each of the dates are mentioned in the website. So after this session, I would definitely encourage you to, again, hop onto our website and learn a little bit more about the rounds and the closing dates for each round. The next one we have is specifically for Sri Lankan students, and it is called the Sydney International Student Award. So as a part of this, you are required to submit a separate personal statement. The personal statement has 3 very basic questions that you have to answer. Once you have the answer, once you've answered those 3 questions within 200 words, you will have to email it back to us. And based on your personal statement, we will award you. So basically, the university contributes towards your tuition fees. And 20% of your tuition fees is paid by the university. So 20% of your entire tuition fees for all the years, for all the semesters is waived off. Engineering merit scholarships, which are only for international undergraduate and postgraduate students, are also on offer. This is offered specifically by the Faculty of Engineering. The maximum value for an undergraduate degree recipient would be $13,000, and for postgraduate, it would be $20,000. This is also offered per year, so you will have to choose between one of the scholarships, between Vice Chancellor's International Scholarship or the Engineering Merit Scholarship. But the Sydney International Student Award, the 20% fee reduction, would remain constant. That will be with you, attached to your offer throughout your degree duration. Again, there are different timelines for application. So I would request you to again go to the website. Now, coming to the admissions part. So what does it take to get into the University of Sydney? If you're applying for a bachelor's degree, then we would look at your IB scores or your A-level results if you're doing either one of these. If you're doing your Sri Lankan A-levels though, because we do not accept those directly for direct admission, you will have to take a SAT. And SAT dates are usually up every year and they have a few exam dates. So you will have to look up that separately. But if you're studying in one of the international curriculums, then of course you can apply directly for admission to the university. For more clarity on the academic requirement in the undergrad space, I would encourage you to meet one of our friendly staffs at IDP, and they will be able to help you with how to apply and what exactly is required to be eligible to apply to UCID. For postgraduates, if you have a credit average grade that is 65% equivalent, you would be able to apply to the university. Again, that comes with a few terms and conditions, and we will only be able to assess your eligibility once you submit your grades. Again, for that, I would request you to talk to our staff at IDP, and they will be able to help you better with these grades or the requirements per se. English proficiency test, very, very important. When you're coming from a non-English speaking country, it is absolutely necessary for you to take either the IELTS or PTE or TOEFL. The tests have to be taken within 2 years of the recommended the course commencement date. So make sure that your dates are valid and your test results are valid before you apply to the university. The requirements on IELTS, PT, and TOEFL vary from degree to degree. So each degree has a different requirement. So I would again encourage you to go onto a website and check what the requirements are for the particular degree you're applying for. There are many additional entry requirements for other degrees which are not quite relevant to you at the moment. A few of our degrees in engineering have maths and physics as prerequisites or as presumed knowledge. But I wouldn't worry too much about that either at this stage, because those requisites are often waived off for many international students based on their academic merit and their academic background. Moving ahead, so when can you look at starting your studies at USAID? Well, we are currently open for applications for the rest of 2023, which is the July intake, and for the whole of July, the year 2024. So both Feb and July 2024. We are typically open for applications 18 to 24 months prior to commencement date. So that pretty much means that we are currently accepting applications for July 2024 as well. Application closing dates for semester 2 this year is 30th June, but I would highly encourage international students like yourselves to start their application as soon as possible, because the visa outcome takes a little bit of time and there are a heap loads of things that you need to do before the visa stage comes. So apply as soon as you can and finalize your offer so that you provide enough time for your visa to be churned out. And also we are currently taking applications, as I said, for February intake next year. And the last date for that is 1 month before commencement, which is 30th Jan 2024. Scholarships and admissions have different application deadlines and timelines, as I mentioned earlier. So you might want to check the details and the timelines for the application for the scholarships that you're interested in our website, or you can always reach out to the IDP staff. That is quite about it. And I would love to take any questions that you may have at the moment. I will stop sharing my screen so that I can see really. Yeah.
Hi, Germany. Thank you so much, Teja. So for the moment, we have about 2 questions. So I'll just get you that. So, okay, so one student actually, there's one student is with BCS, the British Computer Society, the professional qualification. So the student wants to know if with that completion, whether it's possible to enroll for the master's program with University of Sydney, or should it be actually an academic qualification itself?
It has to be an academic bachelor's degree that we will look at. Such kind of degrees which the student is studying is often referred to as the associate degree. So with the associate degree, we do not accept applications either for bachelor's or master's.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So I'll go for the next question. So this is actually for the program Bachelor of Design. So the student wants to know whether a portfolio or any interviews will be held for this Bachelor of Design program.
Correct. Yes. There is a requirement for a portfolio submission for this. Interviews don't happen for everyone in this degree, but if required, the faculty will also send out a separate email if the faculty would want to meet you separately for any further clarification or discussions. So yes, keep a a portfolio handy. You're definitely going to need it.
All right, so which means we'll have to submit that across with the application itself.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
And there is a way that you have to structure and design your portfolio, and that structure is given on the website as well. So if you have any questions on that, you can also go onto the website and look at the structure, how the faculty would want it to be submitted.
Okay, all right. So that's great. So I think we had just those two for the moment, but
That's
definitely if
fantastic.
you had any further questions popped up on FB or maybe personally if we get other questions, so we'll come back to you, Germany. So thank you so
Perfect.
much because the session was really informative about the courses, about the university and all of that, basically about the scholarships and deadlines as well. So thank you so much, Germany, for this session. And we'll see you soon again in another session.
Absolutely. Thank you, Charlie. Thanks for your time.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thank you.
Bye.